If you're hearing this, don't panic. If your face isn't frozen in a grin right now, you have to change it. Smile and never wipe it off. Don't think about why. Don't ask questions. Just do it. Now. Even if you're alone. Even if it feels ridiculous. Because once you understand why, it'll already be too late. You won't be able to fix it. You won't even be you anymore. There's something roaming your town. They don't hurt folks who grin. They think those people are one of them. But if you frown, cry, look upset or scared, they come after you. They move in groups, drifting from street to street, watching faces. So whatever you do, don't let your expression change. They don't walk like we do. They sort of hover, not off the ground, but like their bones forgot how to move. They're quiet. That's the worst part. You don't hear them coming. There's no scream, no hiss, no warning. Just faces. Staring. You look out the window and one might already be there. Inches from the glass. Watching. Waiting for a twitch. A tear. A neighbor of mine wrote in her voice memo about how it began exactly 1 week ago. That was the start of the nightmare. Before then, I used to laugh at silly shows, I smiled when I saw friends, I cried during sad movies. Joy felt safe. But since these joy stalkers showed up, any real emotion draws danger. And it's not just sadness they hate. It's truth. Anything real. Real laughter. Real grief. Even a sigh can make them turn. We're not allowed to feel anymore. Only pretend. Only smile. Like puppets. I remember 3 nights back. I forced myself to keep smiling by staring at old comedy clips. But my face ached, my cheeks burned. So I clutched a mirror, scratched tiny cuts along my jaw, hoping the pain would freeze my grin. There was blood on the sink. I didn't clean it. I needed to see it, to remind myself this was real, that I still had a choice, even if it hurt. It felt like punishment, like I was forcing myself into some mask that didn't fit anymore. I watched myself bleed and smile at the same time. That's when I knew I wasn't okay. I whispered to myself, "You're still here. You're still human." But my reflection didn't look convinced. The hurt worked, until I heard something breaking through my front door. It was exactly 11:12 p.m. when I bolted toward the noise. I didn't scream. I didn't breathe. My body locked up. The sound, it wasn't glass or wood. It was wet, like meat slapping concrete. I tiptoed down the hallway, smile wide, heart crashing against my ribs like it wanted to escape. In my hallway stood one of them, tall, thin, and twisted. Its limbs looked stretched, like someone played with the shape of a person. It had no words, just a grin. Its head tilted slightly, like it was curious, or maybe confused, like it recognized me from somewhere. It wasn't blinking. It wasn't breathing, just standing, like it had always been there. Its neck was too long. Arms hung past its knees. The grin was carved, not just on its mouth, but into its entire face. I didn't stop smiling. I couldn't. The cuts stung, but I held on. It stared at me for long seconds, then shuffled away. It thought I was part of them. I waited until it turned the corner before collapsing against the wall. I vomited in my mouth and swallowed it. Still smiling. I wanted to scream so bad my throat hurt. But that would have been suicide. Somewhere deep down, I think it knew. I think it enjoyed letting me live. That night, I didn't rest. I woke every hour checking my face. The next night came. The mirror became my enemy. I checked it constantly, every 10 minutes, maybe less. My smile was starting to look real. That scared me. What if I smiled too long? What if it became permanent? What if I looked like them and started thinking like them too? It was 2:07 a.m. when I woke again, heart pounding. I rubbed my eyes, still smiling. Then I saw it at my bedroom entrance. It wasn't just watching. It was studying me, examining how long I could stay grinning. It cocked its head like a curious dog. Then another head leaned out from behind it. There were two, and both were smiling. No mouths moved, no sound, just these endless, hungry eyes scanning my face for weakness. They were breathing in sync, not like people, like machines. One exhale every 8 seconds. I counted. Sure, its head moved like a camera scanning. Its eyes gleamed red and wide, not angry, but excited. It was close enough to touch. I felt a cold draft, but the windows were shut. My breath fogged the air. Theirs didn't. I could hear the buzzing in my ears. Not from them, from my own body. Panic swelling like a siren inside my skull. I felt the smile slipping. It felt like relief, my jaw unclenching. I let go, and the joy stalker didn't wait. It moved fast, so fast. I felt a scratch across my throat. A whisper followed. Not words, just breath. Like it inhaled me, like it was tasting fear. I staggered back, my hands wet. Couldn't tell if it was sweat or blood, or both. I dropped to the floor, grinning through clenched teeth. A scream crawled up my throat and died behind my lips. I'm bleeding now. Enough time left to warn anyone listening. If you're not smiling, they'll find you. They wait for any crack. They don't break in. They seep in. Through guilt. Through fear. Through memory. One guy in town tried laughing it off. Said it was mass hysteria. Found him in the park, jaw snapped open like a puppet's mouth. Still grinning. The police filed it under Incident 19A. Just like the others. There's a whole log of these, hidden, quiet, and buried. In file number 23B, there's a transcript. It ends with the same line every time. Subject found smiling. No signs of struggle. So please, whatever you do, never stop smiling. Smile as long as you can breathe, or they'll decide to finish the job. And once they do, no one will notice you're gone.